still have more than a year until the next general election, but here we are. And we know that some of the questions that are already going to be on that ballot. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ryan Kennedy.
And I'm Kristen Remington. Thanks for keeping it here with us at 5:30. And those questions come just from last year's ballot, with others potentially joining. Jaden Urban joins us here in the studio after learning more. All right, Jaden, tell us what we know about the ballot petitions.
Yeah, so the petitions for the ballot measures to change the state's constitution open for September 1st, those new ones. Now, there are 2 already submitted, and there's still plenty of time for things to change, but here's what we know so far. The 2026 general election ballot questions are starting to fill up. There are only 2 confirmed so far, and they're familiar for voters from last year. The first is question 6, which would enshrine abortion protections in the state constitution. That passed with a 64% favorability. The next is question 7, which centers around voter ID. It would amend the Constitution to require folks to show identification before voting. We reached out to the governor's office for comment, and they said, quote, after his voter ID bill was not heard by legislative Democrats in 2023, he took the issue directly to the people. As a result, Nevada voters overwhelmingly approved the measure, unquote. Voters did pass it in favor of 73%. There are 2 positions for proposed ballot measures on the Secretary of State's website for next year. One is looking to allow nonpartisans to vote in primary elections. You may remember question 3 on last year's ballot included open primaries, but was voted no by 53%. But the petitioner of this measure says it is different.
I worked on ballot question 3. Ballot question 3 was completely open primary. Everybody is on one ballot, and the top 5 move forward to the general election, and then we use ranked choice voting. There is nothing that we are proposing in this ballot petition that even remotely looks like ballot question 3.
The other petition centers around creating a new independent redistricting commission for the legislature, which would solely be for the redistricting process and would be made up of 7 members. 3 would not be affiliated with the Republican or Democratic Party. Cosgrove has tried to get this measure passed plenty of times before.
So we're going to do it one more time. As a historian, I can tell you it takes a long time sometimes to get it just right so that people feel comfortable with a change.
And she's been trying to get that petitioned since 2020. Now, petitions require almost 149,000 signatures from Nevada voters and at least 31,197 signatures from each of the 4 petition districts. Covering Voters Decide, Jaden Urban, 2 News Nevada.